Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. Guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how we can spin up the GitLab Runner in Docker container. So I've already created a repository for you guys, and in this repo, I've added some details. So if you use any operating system, as long as it has the Docker running on it, you can use these commands. For instance, if you're using Linux, so you can simply copy this command. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to use this command. So simply copy this command for Windows, and you have to update your path. For instance, um, if you want any directory mounted on your desktop, it depends on you. So I want to mount this guy with my Kubernetes directory, and it will create a Kubernetes directory, and it is going to be mounted in /mnt. And what other thing I can do? I'm going to mount the socket, which is of Docker socket, and update the permissions. So this in this I'm going to use the network host, because in the later videos I'm going to show you how it is going to connect with your local Kubernetes cluster. So I'm going to open this PowerShell, right, and I'm going to simply paste this command. So let me copy this guy, and I'm going to paste it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the latest GitLab Runner official image provided by GitLab. So if you type Docker Hub GitLab Runner and simply click this guy, so you will find the official images and tags relevant to that. And if you want to use any specific tag, you can use that. But I'm going to use the latest as this is the demo. So I'm going to simply paste it, and let's see if everything goes well. It's going to spin up this container for us. And what it is currently doing, it is pulling the image from the uh, I mean, public repository of images, and it is going to pull it. Till then, I'm going to pause the video. You see, it is created at Kubernetes directly, but that is what I want to make. To make this directory on my desktop, and let it finish. And I'm going to pause the video till then. Guys, till it is downloading, let me cover some of the theory part and important note which I've added for you guys. So this is the important learning note. I mean, you should always keep in mind what I have with experience found that to make GitLab Runner work with Docker executor, GitLab Runner should be running in host machine, not in container. So must use shell executor with GitLab Docker. So what is mean by that? I'm going to show you the practical demo with that. For instance, we are spinning up this guy in Docker container. So what we should do, or anyway, if you run this GitLab Runner even in a Docker machine with the script they provided, so I found the best way to use it to use the shell executor rather than the Docker. So the reason for that, you have to do extra bit of configuration. For instance, if you use the Docker executor, you have to, for caching, you have to mount the directories, extra bit of administrative work. So instead of that, you can use the host caching if you use simply the shell. So and simply we are going to mount the socket, and all the images are going to be available for caching. For instance, if you are going to build new image, the images or the previously built images are going to be available for cache. So your build time is going to be lot more less as compared to if you start from the scratch. For instance, if you use this Docker executor, you do have to start from the scratch, and it's going to pull the image, your required image, and do the building of your images. If you don't have any cache setup for your Docker, then you have to configure that. So instead of that, I highly recommend to use the shell executor. So it is done. So if I do Docker ps, so this is my GitLab runner. What we are going to do, simply register this guy with our repository. So if you navigate to the setting, click CI/CD. In that you will find the runners. Okay, let me go back and open this guy for you guys because I have to copy all the commands for you guys, and let me do the stuff for you guys. Okay, I'm going to tab this guy and I'm going to show you the part regarding the CI. Click on the CI/CD, right? And here click this expand runner. So previously I've set up this runner. It is not operational, you see. What I'm going to do, let me pause this guy or leave it. So what we are going to do, I'm going to create a new registration. So let me close this guy as well. So let me open this guy. So I'm going to simply exec into this container which I've created. So if I do docker ps, you will see two containers are running, and we want this one, GitLab. So docker exec interactive shell into this guy, right? And I have a bash shell into it. And if I do ls, okay, so I'm in the container. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use this command for the registration. So simply copy this guy, GitLab runner register, right? And I'm going to I'm using the official GitLab repository. So I'm going to type simply this one, https gitlab.com. You can use self-hosted GitLab repositories as well. So I'm going to use this. The registration token, I'm going to simply copy this guy, and I'm going to simply copy this token and I'm going to paste it here. So description of this runner, it is saying by default, say Docker desktop. Let me call this guy Cloud Geeks Docker desktop. So seems okay. Currently, I'm going to use let's say call the tags for this um, runner shell. So these tags are going to be available, and I'm going to press enter for this guy as well. So it is succeeded. So I'm going to use the shell executor rather than the Docker, although it is running in Docker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply navigate to this guy, and let's try to refresh the page. And if I simply navigate to the CI/CD, uh, expand runners, right? You see, this is available, and it is Cloud Geeks Docker desktop. So if I click this guy, edit, you will find the tag mm, um, mm, um, with the name shell in it. So you can update the tags. So what is the advantage of using tags? So let me click this and show you the GitLab YAML CI/CD. So navigate to the repository files, and here I'm going to show you the GitLab CI/YAML file. So we are using the tag with shell. So and we are going to use the main branch, right? So if I navigate to CI/CD, so let me show you that part. So let me run a pipeline, and okay, so let's try to run a pipeline, see what happened regarding the CI/CD stuff. So let's try to run it and see. We are going to also fix a few of the errors which we will find, and I'm going to show you step by step what you need to do regarding this. For instance, currently it is doing the build process. It is failed, and it is expected. So it is saying Docker command not found. So what I'm going to do in this container, I'm going to simply uh, install the Docker, and Also, we are going to use the Docker Compose version. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply navigate to this guy. I'm going to call this, I'm going to simply type Docker script, right? And click this guy. Okay. And first of all, I need to check app update hyphen y. I should have these packages and to apt install hyphen y go or jq. And that's it. So what we are going to do. I'm showing you the packages. For instance, as we are going to perform CI/CD through this runner, so it is actually acting as sort of Jenkins in your machine, and your repository is automatically hooked, as you have seen that it is in the green state, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this shell, I mean use the script. So I'm going to simply do this. So it's saying it has detected the Docker desktop for Windows. So the advantage of using this guy, we we are able to find the Docker inside our GitLab Runner, and it is we are going to use the Docker Compose version 2. So it will automatically make these two available in this container. So this will take a little time. Till then, I'm going to pause the video. I will be back with you guys in a moment. So guys, you see the Docker installation is completed, and we have now Docker and Docker Compose available. So simply, if in this container a socket is mounted, if I do Docker PS, these commands are working. If I do Docker Compose version, you will see that this is the Docker Compose version 2 now configured. So we have this error. You see Docker version not found. So I'm going to show you in a way that it will also give you understanding what needs to be you should have in your container, and I'm going to fix all the errors and it give you more understanding. So you see Docker version error is now fixed, and we have Docker Compose as well. But now currently the error is regarding the Docker socket permission. So these are not going to be persistent, but I'm going to show you how you can do that. You can make it persistent as well. I'm using the Windows, but I'm inside the container. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set the permission temporary for this socket in var run docker one var run docker soft, and give this permission to this other regarding the sixth permission, which is read and write. So I'm going to simply refresh this again. So all these commands are actually running inside our container, which is inside our local host machine. In this container, you see Docker Compose version is now available, and the error we are getting with the Docker socket is now fixed. So I'm going to show you all the step-by-step stuff which you need to do as we are building our image with the Docker Compose version 2. So I've created videos with regard to build images with Docker Compose version 2. It is quite a bit much more smart, and it is using the Golang. So if this part is done, and you will find one more image, one more error after the build, which is regarding this package Docker Slim. So it is not installed in our container. So let me show you that part. So after the build, you will see this error, which I'm going to cover. So currently we are doing the build process of our images, and then it is going to push that particular image to our public registry, which is this one QuickBooks 2018.3 registry, right? So the build process is in progress. So let it complete. Once it's going to finish, and you will see the error with regard to that package, and then I'm going to simply navigate to this, and I'm going to navigate regarding this package which I've shown you. Uh, Simply type slim. So we are going to simply copy this, and we are going to use Docker Slim. So what it does, I'm pushing images, the very slim images to our public repository. So I've created a video with regard to the Docker Slim. Simply navigate to my YouTube channel and type Docker Slim. You will find it. So it will reduce your image size. For instance, it is if it is around 100 MB, for instance, it is going to reduce to 4 MB, and also um, it will reduce all the packages which are not relevant with regard to your application. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply navigate to this. Okay, I forget to install curl, so simply do app install -y curl. So simply now try this. Okay, there is regarding with this package sudo. So we are going to install this package sudo. So it needs sudo as well. So simply try this command now. So what we are going to do, we are going to simply using the installation of Docker Slim. So simply I'm going to rerun this repository. So all the stuff is, see, is coming from this, pipeline, as we are using these packages in our pipeline. So these packages should be available on our runner. So that is why I'm showing you the understanding regarding that. So how it is fixing all the stuff. So what it is now going to do, it is going to reduce the size, and it is going to simply, I mean, copy the stuff and uh, you know push it to our registry. So if you see that job is succeeded, and what I'm going to do, navigate to the pipeline. The first part of the pipeline is now successful. Overall, you will see the failed status, but if you see this part is successful. So simply what I'm going to do, navigate to this, you see Docker build and push is done. Sorry, build is completed. So let me try now this part. So it is going to simply push the image to my registry, and as I'm using the previously failed pipeline, so I have to simply refresh it. So what it is going to do, it is going to simply push the image to my public Docker registry. So we are on this stage, and this stage is regarding the push. Uh, excuse me. This is I already covered in my previous video with the directory CI/CD, but everything is happening locally from our GitLab runner, and this is the container. This container. So if I do Docker PS, so everything happening is happening from our GitLab runner. So it is acting as a CI/CD, or you can say that for better understanding, it is using the GitLab runner. So if I navigate to the pipeline, you will find that the second tick is going to be available on this pipeline. Overall status is also failed. And later on, if I do create Helm and simply refresh it, you will find that this is going to be also failed. So let's see why it is failing. So I'm going to simply refresh it. It will fail because we don't have, you see this guy Helm installed in our runner. So simply navigate to this guy, and we are going to simply install the Helm on our, container, and this is the latest of the images. So I've typed the wrong command, so let me find it. Okay, this is the Helm installation. So simply copy this guy and paste it here. So what this does, it is going to pull the latest Helm release from the official Helm repo, and this will install the Helm on this container, right? So regarding the error which we are getting regarding Helm is going to be fixed. So let it complete, and once done, I'm going to run again, and I'm going to simply tap Helm. You see Helm is now available. So navigate to this pipeline and try to refresh it. You will see that the Helm error is going to be fixed now. So you see now we have different error, and it is regarding with the directory. So regarding the directory installation, so simply copy this guy, and we are going to simply paste it here. So what it does, it is going to simply install directory in our container, and once it's okay and installed, we will be in a position that our pipeline is going to be fixed with regard to the installation, with regard to the error we are getting um, with the package directory. So guys, this stuff is, I mean, pretty much, although it is basic, but I just want to show you guys, these are the packages I can simply install in one script and install, but for the understanding, I'm showing you guys the pipeline, how to fix the pipeline, what error we have. So this is a way to fix the pipeline, and we are doing in a tiny container, and we are not even polluting our operating system. And with container, you can run this pipeline or container on any host machine. So it is going to be simple. So what we are doing the data test, which I've covered in the previous video. You see, job is now successful. So if I navigate to CI/CD section and pipeline, so our third tick is going to be okay. You see, still failed pipeline, and we are now trying to cover this last section, which is the create Helm and deployment, which is the um, Helm app deployment, which I also covered in the previous video. Let's try to run it as we are using uh, our GitLab Runner. So it is actually running in our local machine. So it says kubectl not found, right? So what we are going to do, simply navigate to this guy, and I'm going to install the stable version of uh, kubectl, right? Sorry, I have copied the wrong command. It is regarding the find cluster creation, which we don't need it actually. So this is the command regarding the stable version of kubectl. So I'm going to also install the AWS CLI, which I'm going to show you. So these are the packages needed, right? And let me cd into this guy, and let's do the installation regarding the AWS CLI latest version. So you have to simply copy this command, and let me show you this part as well. So guys, AWS CLI is installed, although we don't need it at this stage. kubectl is installed. So navigate to my repository, click this guy, the last section of our demo, and let's try to fix this guy. We were unable to find the kubectl on this our GitLab runner. So as we are using the shell executor, So currently, you see this command is failed regarding the cluster info. I'm going to update this guy because if I do kubectl get nodes from this container, I will not able to find this. That is the reason I have mounted um, this guy with. I mean, the networking is host, and I'm going to connect with my tiny uh, cluster which I run in kind. I'm going to connect this guy GitLab Runner with this kind node, and I'm going to do that. Let me do that. So guys, what I've done, I've simply copied this .cube directory from of that particular cluster, and as this is mounted, what I'm going to do simply copy this guy, and I'm going to, as it is mounted in my you see MNT. Currently, I am in root, although it is mounted in MNT. And if I do ls-a, you will be able to see now this guy is available. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this guy. Let me simply do navigate to root. If I do copy RV to, I mean from MNT, right? Slash MNT dot cube into this guy, and I'm going to do CD into home GitLab Runner, right? And I'm going to use that particular command. So if I do kubectl get nodes, let's see. You see, I'm able to see my cluster now. Let's try to run this guy, and I mean, GitLab Runner should be able to see that uh, Kubernetes cluster as well. So you see, job is succeeded, and our application is now deployed via Helm. And that is it, guys. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. This is the way how you can spin up the GitLab Runner in Docker container. Thank you. Have a nice day.